Hello guys, it's Ar1se Dota here with new content for you. I know it's the same game. I posted it on my YouTube, but this time is a kind of a different content because I want to review in a way my gameplay on this game on Magnus, because I believe this is probably the best game I've played in this 2023 year. So in terms of like let's say decision making and like not making a lot of mistakes. So let's get into the game, guys. I hope you guys will enjoy this, and looking forward to it. Alright, so as you guys can see, I'm playing offlane Magnus. I have Invoker mid, Tiny 4 position, Batrider 5, and Muerta safe lane. And they have Meepo mid, I believe. Yeah, Meepo mid, Void, Jarrow top, and Furion Viper offlane. So I decided to go the double circlet because usually I think you go this build, maybe Cooling Blade not so much unless there's a Furion. Like me, for example, I don't go Cooling Blade every game on Magnus. Like I'd rather have like a stick and 3 branches and circlet if I play against heroes that spam spells, and then I can get the Cooling Blade later or stuff like that. But here I didn't know where the Furion is going, and I thought the Furion is top, so I bought a Cooling Blade. But other than that, my starting item build, it's like just casually, normally, you know. So here I go for the Wraith Band. I also bought another Wraith Band. It's in my base. Usually I don't really go double Wraith Band, but sometimes I like it. Just feels very solid in terms of like attack speed. You get some decent armor, you get some stats. And also I go for the level 2 skewer. I always go this skill build on Magnus. Either if I'm mid, or maybe mid I go Shockwave, level 2 points in Shockwave. But here I go level 2 skewer, as you can see here, the range, and then Tiny tossing the Jarrow again. So unluckily though we didn't kill him. But it's still good harass, even though the Tiny is gonna die here. And then I bought a magic wand for, like, you know, usually you wanna buy a stick earlier. But in this game, in this lane, Void is not really using spells, right? So like Jarrow gonna use some Rocket Barrage some time to time, you know. It's not like he's like playing some Scarlet Mage or CM or stuff like that. So here, level 4, I'm gonna start maxing Empower. I'm being annoying to this Void. I love to do this when I play Magnus, especially against melee heroes, because they get triggered. It works also against me when someone is being annoying with a hero in a game. It kind of pisses me off. So that's like how I like to do it when I play this hero. And this moment here, guys, is a moment for people who understand Magnus and people who don't. And this Void clearly has no idea how this hero works. He thinks that if he has a time walk, he can just do this or stuff like that. So he decides to right click me. Then I get a Shockwave and I skewer him into tower. He's dead, you know. Like, this is the difference between people who never play Magnus. Like, this guy, I can tell you right now, he never played Magnus in his life. He doesn't understand how it works. So that's why this hero is very special, because it's not a super broken hero that you want to pick it every day to get MMR with it, right? So it makes him even more special. In here we're yeah. So I went Glove of Haste because I feel like they can't really stop me from farming. Here the Tiny actually killed me with that toss. I remember I paused this game as I was pretty triggered, and I asked him in voice chat, why did you toss me in? And then I feed. So the laning phase is kind of over right now. Like, I'm level 6, I skill Empower just in case for anything, you know. I'm just gonna flash farm and just get my Blink Dagger. That's my plan right now. There's nothing fancy going on, you know. Like, Magnus is not a hero that just takes over a game or a lane by itself. It's not like a Timber Soul who can zone out this Void completely and to force him to use Time Walk non-stop, you know. One of the reasons I always like to go Blink first before Echo, stuff like that, are moments like this, when I just like to make plays, you know. I like to go on people, surprise them with my Blink Skewer, and just have impact, you know. There are games that are also that my ganks don't work, but most of them, they do work, and I'm very proud of it all the time, you know. It's very satisfying. So now you have this Blink and you have max Empower with Power Treads and Double Brave Band. Like, you're not gonna miss on farming. Even if the gank don't work, or let's say you use RP and you don't kill that guy, you still can go back to farming. You farm really fast with Empower. Like, it's not like the end of the world. So the way I'm thinking this smoke is that when the smoke pops, I'm very scared of Void for a bit there. But then I see the Void and I see this Meepo is very exposed. And I decide that I will do my RP fast enough with Skewer that Void won't even have time to react. And that's exactly what happens. So what happens next is pretty bad for us because I had to use RP on Meepo, which was a good kill. It was worth it for sure. This was also very unlucky. I got popped off the chrono for some reason. And at the end of the day, I decided to stick around, you know, because I don't think they see me right now. So I decided to stick around and just kill this Void. As I see him here alone, he also wasted time walk. So this was like, overall, it was good that Void died. If Void didn't die here, this wouldn't be good, you know? This would be like pretty bad. This is where I finished my harpoon, you know? We see this Void here. Very close, RP there. Tiny playing really good, tossing him on top of me. Just casually comboing this kid into the oblivion, you know? And yeah, I love harpoon on Magnus. I think it's like not so hard to use it. It's pretty tricky sometimes because it doesn't really work in some scenarios. But other than that, I think the item is like really good and really cool. Also, it's very fun to have harpoon on Magnus. So here I skewer this guy, you know, even if I die here, like I'm still, you know, decently satisfied with what's going on. We kill the Void, we kill the Meepo. Even though Muerta is gonna die here because Viper is just very strong in these fights because nobody went on him. Okay guys, I know I said that I didn't make many mistakes, but I made like few mistakes. Like everybody makes mistakes. So what I should have done here, I should have just either blink and right click this guy, or just blink RPM and don't let him use any spells. Instead I decided to ruin this combo with my harpoon skewer, and then we got chrono on like 3 heroes and we ended up feeding, or 4 heroes, my bad. So usually what you need to do there is that you either blink on him and just right click him, you know, after he uses spells on Tiny, or just skewer him away to split the fight, or you just blink RPM and just kill him instantly. He doesn't get any spells off. So I decided to go BKB because I was getting annoyed by the Meepo nets, by the Gyro spells, you know, all this stuff, Viper, W, whatever, you know. Here we're smoking. I see these kids next to each other and I'm waiting for them to stack even more. So what I'm waiting, and then I'm finding the right moment to just blink RP. They can't really react. The ward there basically won us the fight. There is a ward in the lane. So, you know, the turn RP also helped me there. I didn't waste any time when I was skewering. Just RP'd him and put him in front of my hero so I can skewer him to safety to my teammates and just kill them. So here, the way I do this play is that I'm seeing this Muerta. I mean, I'm talking to him in voice chat, and I see that his circle is tipping on the outpost, right? So I'm just calculating, I'm timing the time that he will be there in time, you know, to just kill this guy. The Ogre Seal totem kind of messed up a bit, but we killed. So I also get the headband from the neutral item. I love this item on Magnus because of the range. Just synergizes really well with my items. So in this team fight here, I'm considering blinking on this Viper or on the Void. Sorry. So I wanted to blink on the Void, but then I lost vision on it. And then I decided to stick around to see what happens. And once they split for a bit, I skewer this Viper. And I'm also voice chatting my team, be careful for chrono, you know, because that's what you want. And then I see this Void is playing very cocky. I know that he wants to time walk, and I'm getting ready with my RP because I know that he wants to time walk chrono because this is chance to actually get a really good chrono there, you know. But somehow I have a really good instinct and I anticipate his time walk really good, and I just RP him before he uses RP, and then chrono, and then he died with BKB on as well. So this was like a very, I would say, really good reaction of mine. I was also surprised by this reaction that I had, because usually you don't really think of this place, you know, but I see this Void is trying to like time walk in really hard, and then I'm 100% sure that he's gonna do it. And when you're 100% sure about a thing, you're gonna succeed, you know. That was like super good move. Also, I wanted to try Shivas in this game, and I think it was a really good choice. Well, this fight was very weird because I had to defend mid a bit, and then my team decided to take the fight with Aegis. Muerta lost the Aegis, but then he came back. So I connected there, you know, and I was waiting. I see this Meepo here. I also get Vessel and controlled by the Fury. I see this Meepo here, and then I decide that it's not a good target. I decided I have to protect the Muerta as much as I can, and then I go there with my Harpoon. I RP 2 heroes. I kill also the Void. In the end, Muerta dies, but I'm still very happy with this fight, you know. But now, I can't really go in, you know. They still have this Meepo going on. The Viper also right-clicking non-stop. So I know that the fight is kind of over right now. I just need to make sure that I'm not gonna die. Overall, I believe it's not the perfect. It's not what we wanted. But I think it's, considering the fact that we were pretty ahead, I think it was like decent fight, you know. Alright guys, so they decided to push our high ground because we're still respawning after that last fight. So I smoke solo myself and I tell my team that, guys, you need to buy back if I go skewer this guy. So what I could have done, maybe I could have skewered the Viper as well with the Meepo, but I got only the Meepo. The sad thing is this Meepo actually gets away somehow. I don't understand how, but he gets away. And that's pretty bad because we lost the melee racks and we used buyback on Invoker. So in this fight, I already finished my Octarine. I went Octarine because I feel like I need to be able to use my spells more often. And then I will transition into Refresher. So this starting on this Muerta, I get vesseled again by the Fury, but I'm really fast at blinking. So I blinked exactly before the tick came out of the vessel, the first tick. And we killed this Meepo. I think this was very crucial, even though the Muerta has buyback, he bought back. I think if we don't kill the Meepo there and I don't use anything, it's pretty bad. So this was like, I think it was okay in a way, but Muerta probably made the mistake there by backing so fast. He could have waited. Okay, so I know that I said you cannot play Magnus without either lens in the past, guys, but lately I've been getting used to playing without lens, and I think it's working pretty decent. There are games where I also buy either lens, but in this particular game, I had no room for that. You know, I sold my my portraits. I bought Refresher. I sold my portraits because I kind of like to use the skewer with Octarine to move around, you know, and I feel like don't really need a lot of movement speed in this game to catch people. So here I made a mistake. I think they were contesting Roche or something like that. They wanted to take Roche, or they wanted to not let us take Roche. And then what I do here is that I'm showing myself there, but also the Viper Shadowbladed there. We have no sentry. He should never be able to do this, you know. He exposed my position. And what I did there, I used BKB defensively, and I have to scare away. So this is a minus for my hero in this fight. I'm losing the fight right now, what is happening to me. Luckily, we have a Blink Lasso there. We lasso the Jarrow, you know. And now we don't know what's going on. We don't know if Void is killing Roche. We don't know what's going on. Until I think we see the Meepo or something like that. It's about to happen. And I see this Meepo on minimap here, right? So I know that they're gonna fight. So I'm just waiting for them to stack, and just exactly what I blink, I get chrono. But luckily, this Void is not hitting me. He's hitting the Muerta, which was good because he has no buyback on Muerta. And I got my BKB RP off into Refresher Shivas, and they get destroyed. Even though that I'm dead, I think this was like best fight for me. Could have been so much worse. I could have died without using anything. Massive buybacks on both teams. So what happened after that fight, guys, is that they bought back on most of their heroes, and in the end they took the Roche, so they have Aegis on Void. So right now we kind of want to drag a bit the game and wait for our buybacks on Muerta and stuff like that. So this is why you don't take fights against Aegis, you know. Here we decided to fight against the Void Aegis for some reason. You know, I'm going in, I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm getting chrono. The Invoker has a super fast reaction there with the Hex Tornado disabling this Void. This Invoker just saved my life in this fight, guys. All right, he is my idol. And here I'm waiting for a proper RP. I RP this Void. I refresh. You know, RP the Meepo with the Shivas. Muerta's right clicking. You know, we killed the Meepo. We lost the Invoker though, who also has no buyback. All right. And in the end, we actually gonna lose Muerta as well, but he indeed he does have buyback, and that's kind of it. That's why you don't fight against Aegis, you know. There are moments where you can actually win fights against Aegis as well, but this one was not the moment. So what happens here, guys, is either luck or just misplay from Void. I know that he has a refresher, but I don't know if he used it or not. So I go in on the Viper, I skewer him. We actually have no detection. The Void blinks in. He doesn't want a chrono because I think he didn't see the Muerta and he was like very hesitant. And he dies without buyback on the Void. He dies without buyback. We have super glyph on the tower there and we actually defended 2v4, guys. This was like, honestly, when I saw this happening, I knew that we're gonna win the game. So I bought my Arcane Blink because it synergizes really well with Octarine and the fact that I don't have a movement speed item. So we're chasing here because we see some people on the minimap, on the wards, you know, we're chasing here, we're killing this Jared Chopper. I know that the Fury is in the area, and what I do is I actually blink there and I try to RP him, but it was too late. But considering the fact that I had no vision on him, it was a really good try. So here, when I found the tier 5 item, I didn't have a lot of good items to choose, but there was Mirror Shield and Apex, and I think I made a mistake here by not getting the Mirror Shield, which also it works like a Lincoln Sphere, right? So I can block like let's say Meepo Hex, you know, or let's say Furion Hex or stuff like that, right? Also, I decided to buy the Ags, even though might think that it's late for Horn Toss. I think it's the proper time. Maybe I could have bought it earlier as well, but I don't know how much you could have done, because I felt that I need to be tanky, so that's why I went for the Shivas and stuff like that. Alright guys, so I don't remember exactly what happened, but I know that it took another Roche. So Void has Aegis for like 1 more minute. And again we decide to fight against it. You know, some things just happen. I think it's because the Viper is dead and we feel very confident. With my Aghanim Blessing here, I see this Void showing there. It was like the biggest mistake that he ever did in his life. And then he gets dumpstered. And then I see the Meepo with a glimpse of my eyes. And like I Hornto skewer him into double RP on the Aegis respawn. So this was like, honestly, I don't know how you could call it, but I would call it Ar1se Magnus prime gameplay. Alright. So that was like the perfect fight we could ever ask for. You know, we didn't die with anyone, dude. It's cleaner than a baby ass. Alright guys, so they used buybacks and they wanna go push us. They have double chrono and stuff. They know we don't have RP and stuff like that, so they want to push because they're gonna go in our base. As you can see there, Tiny's getting chased. This Void is trying to go in. I horn toss him and the Meepo. I get chrono here. I'm telling my team that I have buyback, you know. He actually wasted chrono. He made a mistake on Void and we're gonna discuss about it a bit in just a bit. We're defending successfully. I'm using my buyback, you know. I'm tunnel visioning this Meepo, which I think it was a better idea than chasing the Void. Maybe not, actually, I'm not sure. But this Mega Meepo is getting away. And then my teammates are calling for the Void target. So we decided to actually chase this Void, me included, and we're going on him. He's trying to run away. Arcane Blink gets controlled by Muerta a bit there. So the buybacks on the Furion. Chasing this Void actually dies. The Furion is here, he hexes me. He's gonna die without buyback, which is pretty bad for him. And I think the Viper also gonna die here. So what the Void did there, guys, is that when he jumped in after when he used chrono after I horn tossed him, he actually refreshed. He had first chrono off cooldown, he refreshed it for some reason. And he only had 1 chrono. I don't know how the fight would have gone if he didn't choke there and have 2 chronos, but it's Dota, you know. Everybody makes mistakes. We also all make mistakes, so it could happen to anyone. So that's just a detail that it's only can be discussed. That's it. Here I see this Meepo showing mid, you know. I'm making a joke about the fact that Meepo illusions, guys, Kappa. And then I get hexed by him. I'm kind of being cocky here. But then, you know, BKB, Ar1se, refresh, Ar1se, BKB, Pipa, Skiver, everything. And he got like, I think he could have, what he could have done in that moment when I RP'd him first time, he could have get up from his computer, go into the kitchen, grab a sandwich, you know, drink some soda, come back and, you know, when the game is over, because he was like not going anywhere. So this was the video, guys, that I wanted to post, and I wanted to talk about it. People have been asking me to do this as well. It's not I was on my own, and I was like, okay, let's try it tomorrow. Let's see if I miss something, some subjects or some topics. You guys can just remind of it in the commentary. Just leave me a comment there. Make sure to press sub also and a like. And I believe this was probably the best Magnus game I've played in this year in my pubs, guys, on my stream. Alright, I don't think I have had a better Magnus game than this one. I made like 2, maybe max 3 mistakes. Minor ones though. Actually, the first one on the Viper was like pretty decent mistake, like pretty big mistake. But the others, they were like minor. Other than that, I think my decisions were like very good. You know, my targets with RP and stuff like that, everything was spot on. You know, my buyback timings were like very good. My team also played really good though, not taking it, because if honestly, if we didn't play good on, let's say, Invoker or some clutch lassos or stuff like that, you know, I think we probably would have lost this game. But like Invoker went really good items. He saved me in one fight with a Hex, you know, just playing for each other, you know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said again, leave me a comment if you did. I hope you guys enjoy it and have a great holiday with your family, guys. Thanks for watching and supporting me, and see you guys. Take care, my friends.